is an enthusiastic diabetes awareness advocate. She's been involved with the movement for more than a decade when her son, who's now 23, was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes as a younger child. As a volunteer for the ADA Los Angeles chapter, she's a member of the Speakers Bureau and the African American Initiative. She speaks wellness at churches, assisted living facilities, health fairs, and corporate events. As a songwriter and a singer, she was inspired to write and record a theme song for the Step Out Life Walk. And the song is called Step Out for Life. She believes in sharing her gifts to help those who live with diabetes. This lady is focused, she's committed, she's passionate about what she's talking about. And she's not somebody who just spouts words. She's willing to lay it out there and follow through and do it until it gets done. And so I'm excited because I remember it was a year ago this time that she first told me about this project of hers. And now it has come into fruition. And so we're going to get a little preview, a little tease of it right now from Miss Cheryl Farrell. Everybody give her a hand.
Thank you so much, John. Now I'm going to do a little orchestration. Can all y'all come over this way? Because the camera's over here.
Read my mind.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jonna, and good evening, everyone. I am thrilled to be here to present a creative expression of advocacy on behalf of the American Diabetes Association. I owe a great debt of gratitude to Beth Cole in particular. She invited me to a corporate event about a year ago, as John was saying, and I left that meeting taking in all the energy from their activities, and I'm walking across the living room and the voice says, "Thou shalt use these words in this music for a song." And I obeyed, and the name of the song appropriately is Step Out for Life. I also want to give thanks to some very talented folk that helped make this song possible. I'm going to bring up Miss Nikita Kalam. Nikita is a fellow diabetes advocate. She has type 1 diabetes like my son, and she's participated in the call to Congress in Washington, D.C. for over 2 years. Now, when you hear this song, you're going to hear some beautiful background vocals that not only she sang, but she arranged. And if you talk to her, you'll recognize her beautiful voice as the young Nala from the very popular animated movie, The Lion King. So thank you so much, Nikita, for all your help. Now, there are some photos over here on this wall that show Nikita and I in the recording studio of a very dear friend of mine, Pierre Scheller. And he generously donated his studio to make this recording possible. Now, after we recorded the song, we said we needed a fun way to bring this musical story to life. And what better way to do that than by dancing? So thanks to 2 other volunteers who happen to be soulful line dancing gurus, they created a line dance for us. And that is Mr. James Rice, yay, and his lovely wife, Jackie. They're known as JJ's Soulful Steps, and they are owners of the No Fault Line Dancing. That means no matter what you do, there's no fault in what you do. They travel all over the Southland giving classes. In fact, next week, they are going to be doing performances at Universal City Walk, and hundreds of people, I think over 500 people will be attending. So please throw some love to him. Now, as you see him and his lovely wife perform, if you are feeling it and you can figure out these little steps, then make sure you join them. Just like the electric slide, just join in. And we call this the Soulful Shuffle because if you pronounce the acronym for Step Out for Life, it's SOFL, Soulful. And that's an absolutely perfect name for the dance that you're going to see performed shortly. Now, when you hear the song lyrics, you will hear things about bringing friends along, and that represents sometimes getting through tough times only when friends are there, and that's what this diabetes journey is about. You'll hear about moving to a different rhythm now. That means moving on to healthier lifestyles. You'll hear and see how we're taking a few steps up and a few steps back that symbolize the challenge of reaching healthy blood sugar levels. The winners of any race, whether they're walking or running, are those who keep moving no matter what setbacks they encounter. Now I'm on a preaching bench here. Exercise is one of the key elements to living a better life. And we all know that from managing diabetes. So my theory is if you dance to this song about 3 or 4 times, you get 1 whole day's worth of exercise. That's like your 20-minute allowance. So think of this song as a way to get your exercise and have fun doing it. I must again thank Beth Cole and her tireless efforts. Where are you, Beth? Tireless efforts getting this song integrated into the Step Out marketing plan. Beth's vision for the walk has been so motivating, and I'm grateful for her. So, Mr. DJ, could you spin us some Step Out for Life so we can do the soulful shuffle? And I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you.
Well, now we have the pleasure of hearing from the Step Out Walk Executive Committee and Community Leadership Board member from Wells Fargo Insurance Services. We are happy that she made it through all that traffic safely. And now, without further ado, may I please present to you Senior Vice President, Ms. Andrea Utley.
See how I'm going to follow that. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. And thank you, Hudson, for having this at the Barnsdall Hall. Our part of this is lovely. A very, very nice venue. We are all here because we're sharing the same thing. We all know someone who has diabetes. Could be type 1, could be type 2, a loved one, a family member, ourselves, a friend, a co-worker. We share that. It does not discriminate. It does not limit by age. We all have this problem that we share, and that is why we are here tonight to join forces to make everyone aware of this problem that is affecting 29 million people, so that we can stop it. And so we walk, we raise money, we raise awareness, we ask our friends and our co-workers and our family members to join us. We get on Facebook, we get on the internet, we get on the phone, we do whatever we can do to gather our friends and our family together, to come together at Griffith Park in November to walk. We all have our story. We all have a reason for why we're here. I'm here because when my daughter was in 5th grade, she became very, very sick. We didn't know why. We do now. The drinking of water, the constant water, started fading out and turning gray, and turned out she was type 1 diabetic. It does run in my family. And for the most part, when you have your, when you have your daughter, when you have anybody that you love, that you care about, you don't want to see them go through anything that's different, anything that's so painful. To see a child have to prick their finger 6 times a day, to have to watch them inject themselves, a little girl with little pigtails and ponytails and braids flopping around playing soccer. That's not what they're supposed to be doing in 5th grade. So she got involved in the walk. She did. Not me. She got involved when she was in high school. And she invited her friends, my co-workers, her teachers, the parents of her friends, and anyone she can think of. She invited them to come and walk. And she raised money, and she did that all through high school. She's now in college. She turned 21 last May. And unfortunately, she's not here tonight. She's in Dallas working, but last year she was here. And that is why I come and I walk and I participate on the board of American Diabetes Association, because they make a difference. They make a difference in the lives of those that have diabetes. They help them with materials, with information. They help them network with other people that have the same challenge, and they bring all of us together to have this walk for mothers who have children, for other people who have parents. It doesn't matter. We're all here for the same reason, to try to stop this from going on to another generation, to have money for research, for those who suffer from this, to make their lives a little bit easier by making certain they understand how to manage their blood sugar levels. That is why we're here, and that is why we walk. And we also, like I said, I've been very lucky. I'm in a career at Wells Fargo that allows me to call upon the people I work with to join in the fight. We're in the insurance business. I know Wells Fargo was banking, but I'm on the insurance side. So I have Aetna and United Healthcare, and I have Cigna, and all of the insurance companies that probably insure you or your loved ones for medical insurance or dental or life or whatever. They're going to participate in this walk. They're raising awareness. They're raising money. And I use my business relationships with them to introduce them to this, to show them the need, to get them involved. And the ADA staff, Beth, Julian, they are there for you to help you with your friends and your corporate friends, those that you work with, to get a team together, kind of organize it, to make certain that when you get out there in November, you've got a team, you've got some t-shirts that identify your team. They are there to help you to integrate, to get that kind of moving. And so again, you're here tonight, you've made the first step. Take the next step, go online, get your team page, contact Beth, Julie, and anyone within the organization to help you with your site, and get people to join you to walk. It's actually a fun day. It's a 5K, it's a walk, it's flat, it's at Griffith Park. It still is a beautiful time of year in November. Blue skies, sunny days, and it's just a very nice time to bring your children, your parents, your friends. There's jumpers, there's food, there's all kinds, there's music, a lot going on before, during, and after the walk. It's a fun experience, and when you leave, you feel good because you've done something for that loved one. You've done something for my daughter, for Cheryl's son, and it feels good to give back. So thank you very much for coming out. I hope to see you all in November with your t-shirts and bright and early walking out at Griffith Park. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you very much. I now have the privilege of introducing a man. I'm just going to tell you all about who he is. This is a lot of stuff. This man is deep, I'm telling you. He's the director of the Diabetes and Obesity Program with the Center for Endocrinology, Diabetes, and Metabolism at Children's Hospital, Los Angeles. That was one sentence. He's also an associate professor at the Departments of Pediatrics and Physiology and Biophysics at the Keck School of Medicine at USC. I would definitely want him taking care of my kids. And he is here to speak about how Children's Hospital Los Angeles is caring for children with diabetes. Our planning committee was fortunate to be able to have been taken on a tour of Children's Hospital recently. And we were shown all the things that they do there, and it is absolutely amazing. So it is extremely special for us to have with us tonight Dr. Stephen Middleman.
Thank you. It's really an honor and a privilege to be here. And I wanted to take this time to remind you what you're doing here. Why are you walking? Why are you supporting the ADA? What are your efforts for? And when I thought about what I wanted to say, I thought about where we've come from with diabetes. What does our journey look like? And it may seem like a long time ago, but 100 years ago, if a child had diabetes, that child would not survive. We had no treatment. And in 1922, Banting and Best purified insulin, figured out what it did using dogs, and then purified it from pigs, and successfully treated the first child with diabetes and saved his life. And since then, we've had the ability as doctors to treat patients with diabetes and prevent them from dying. And that was 100 years ago, and since then, the science has gone by leaps and bounds. In the early 90s, we had 2 different types of insulin, regular insulin and NPH, that's all we had. Now we got, 18 types of insulin. We got fast-acting, we got basal insulin. We can do things with insulin. We've got pens, we've got sensors, we got pumps. We got meters that talk with radios to our pumps. And so now, we can take care of diabetes. We understand that if we control the blood sugar well, we can prevent blindness and kidney disease and loss of feet and all of these things that some of our parents and grandparents didn't have the way to avoid. So with research, we've changed diabetes from a death sentence to a disease we can manage and live with. But there's still more to do, clearly. And the American Diabetes Association is on our side, working with us to fulfill its mission of preventing and curing diabetes and improving the lives of all people affected by diabetes. So not only do they support research, but they support clinical programs, programs in the community. They're advocates for diabetes. They're the big brother, big sister out there that's standing up to the government, that's standing up to the schools, that's making sure that people with diabetes can live normal, long, healthy lives, that they can get what they deserve, what they need. But there's still more to do. We don't have a cure for diabetes. Insulin is great, all of these gadgets are great, but we need a cure. And we're getting there. We can see one just over the horizon. Maybe it's going to be the artificial pancreas. Maybe it's going to be stem cells. Maybe it's going to be islet transplants. Maybe it's going to be finally figuring out what causes diabetes and preventing it, or reversing it before it progresses to full-blown diabetes. I don't know. Nobody knows. But we have to invest, and that's what the American Diabetes Association does. So I want to thank you for supporting the ADA, which has made my job easier. When I see a patient and I have to tell the parents that their child has diabetes, it's hard. But I can tell them that your child, we expect, with good care and control, is going to live as long as anybody else. And is going to be able to do anything that any other child, any dreams you had for your child, you can still do. I can say that in all honesty and believing it in my heart because of everything that we've been able to do over the last decades. So thank you for making it easier for me to take care of my patients. Thank you on behalf of my family members affected by diabetes, my friends affected by diabetes. We really appreciate everything you're doing. Now, Children's Hospital had a team of about 34 members last year, and they raised over $6,600. This year our goal is to raise over $10,000, so we're there with you. Thank you. So, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Stephen Middleman. As I told you, a lot of exciting and interesting things are happening at Children's Hospital. And if you would please, when you go back to your office, express our sincere gratitude for everything that your department and your staff is doing on behalf of diabetes. Thank you very much. Now, tonight, I hope I can motivate you guys. We're going to participate for a little bit. We're going to get that blood flowing again. I want to know who's here from a team. Who can raise their hand and call out their team name for me? I know that Children's Hospital has one. I know that Wells Fargo is represented. Who else is represented? Call it out. Wow. How many teams do you have? Raise your hands.
Back.
Uh-oh, that's what you call overwhelm. Okay. Thank you for all the teams that are represented here. For all of you who are expanding your teams this year, thank you very much. Because what teams do, including our team rep, Ms. Kristen over there, is it encourages people to participate, thank you, without feeling like they're by themselves. I don't know anybody. I don't want good. I don't know. If they know that they're not doing it alone, if they know that somebody else has to stop for water too, if they know that sometimes people, 3 miles is a lot for them, if you encourage them to be part of something, they'll step forward and they'll be part of it. And the following year, who knows? They may come back on your team, or they may decide to branch off and create a team of their own. So thank you for taking your time on a weekday work night to come here, to get information, to kind of fellowship with us a little bit, and to hear our special speakers. And hopefully it motivates all of us in the time that we have until November 15th, because I'm going to be looking for every one of your faces and all of your teams to come out and support our 2014 Step Out Walk in Griffith Park. Thank you very much. Give yourselves a hand. Now I want to acknowledge another very special person who's visiting with us tonight. I promised him I wouldn't make him say anything, and I won't trick him because I wouldn't want it done to me. But he is from the Transportation Communications International Youth Union, and he's president of Local 1315 of the Metropolitan Transit Authority, and I ride it a lot. Sometimes when I don't even have to, it's just easier. I wanted him to stand up and wave and say hello, Mr. Michael Winston. Thank you for being here, Michael. And now before we end our evening, I want to bring up a very special person to share a personal story with you and encourage you to encourage others to support the American Diabetes Association and also to support the walk. She was last year our co-chair of our walk, and now she has a more specific role with the chapter, working with Beth Cole on our events. She's a very passionate and expressive young lady. She's got a heart of gold and she's hardworking. She's our fun girl there in the back. And I want her to come up and share a very personal story with you. Please give a hand to Ms. Jennifer Weiss.
Oh, that's a lot of cameras. Can they take like 10 pounds off? Yeah, you're gonna have to not use that because I'm gonna walk it.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi everyone, welcome. I'm going to be sharing a personal story because you all visited me at the fun table, so now we're all besties, right? So I can share a really personal story with you. We're gonna pinky swear. They should have played the Rocky theme for you as you came out with that title. Like dun 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 dun. My name is Jennifer. As she said, I was the co-chair and I am now part of the ADA. I am very passionate about diabetes and stopping it because not only am I pre-diabetic, my mother has it, my grandmother has it, my grandfather had it, and my dad passed away from complications from it. His death certificate may say myocardial infarction. Ooh, I pronounced it right. But he died from complications from diabetes. I last spoke to my father on November 7th, 2007. By that point, diabetes had first made him go blind, so he could no longer see me, his wife, his favorite TV show. He can only listen and get the Jeopardy answers correct. After that, diabetes took his pinky toes. They wanted to take his legs eventually. Fortunately, he actually passed before they took both of his legs off. After that, diabetes put up a hell of a fight for his kidneys and won. He went on dialysis. After that, he became wheelchair bound, and after that, he became bed bound and was not able to get out of bed. By the time I had to say goodbye to my father on November 7, 2007, he could no longer speak. So that is why I am involved with the ADA. Because no one should have to watch a family member, a friend, an acquaintance, even someone they dislike, go stage by stage and lose the battle against diabetes. Nobody. And he was one of those people that you hear about that didn't know he had it. He was a little stubborn. I can say that, he was my dad, it's our secret. He did not like to go to the doctor. He ended up being admitted to the hospital for a completely unrelated reason, something totally not related, and was diagnosed. By that point, he had probably already started losing his vision and had lost a ton of weight, but we never put two and two together. So I get mad at him because he'd still be here more than likely if he had went and saw his doctor. So he was one of those people who went undiagnosed for a very long time. When they checked his blood for the first time, it was over 400. So they gave us the little food pyramid and all the information. So that is why I'm a part of the ADA. That is why I walk every year. This will be my 6th year walking. Last year was the most I've raised. I raised over $2,700 myself. I don't do it for that. I do it because I don't want anyone to have to go through what I went through and the pain that I went through every day day that I still suffer with. So please go out there, use the online tools. I have found that the best way to get money is ask. Ask, hey, I'm looking for diabetes. Want to give me some money? You do. You know you do. You do. And you do. And you do. Go online, write my name in, and donate to me. So use those tools, and I thank you. And on November 15th, feel free to come up and say hello. I'm just as fun on that day as I am at the fun table tonight. And I really thank everyone for coming tonight, and I appreciate it. And please keep continuing to support the American Diabetes Association. Thank you.
She's wonderful. She's wonderful. Very entertaining too. Before we announce the winners, because we're going to have our drawing in about 10 minutes. So has everybody turned in their card in the front? Everybody who wants to be in the drawing? Because I've seen the prize and I'm jealous. Because you get a shot at it, I can't. But I know that you'll enjoy it. So if you have not, make sure that you get your card with all 5 signatures on it. And also, if you have not taken a moment to register for the walk, which is one of the things you need to do to turn your card in, please go to the red table when we give you an opportunity right before we announce the winners to do all of that. Before we get to our drawing, because this is kind of the close of our program, I want to make sure that we thank the event sponsors who made this evening possible, and they include Wells Fargo, the Los Angeles Municipal Art Gallery, and California Pizza Kitchen. Can we give them some love for that? You know, everybody doesn't get to give their events here. You guys know that, right? So it's an honor and it's a privilege and it's a pleasure to be here for yet another year, and hopefully we'll be able to come back and do it again in 2015. I'd also like to acknowledge some of the American Diabetes staff that's here this evening. Starting with the chief of the tribe, the director of special events, Julian Dillon. Our director of marketing and communications, Hudson Morris Irvin. There she is. And our fearless leader, Miss Beth Cole. They're here with their staff. I mentioned to you earlier, and I introduced to you all of our planning committee members. If you have not been able to visit all of our tables tonight, or there's still information you want to go back and get, we'll have a couple of minutes when we're done to go back and do that. Again, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to join us. The staff will be sticking around just a little while longer after our drawing, so if you have any specific questions for them, you can ask them at that time. We're wishing everyone good traffic and a safe journey home tonight, and look forward to seeing you all on November 15th for Step Out LA 2014. Our goal this year is to raise $400,000. We can do it. It can be done. It can be done. For ideas, talk to Rudy, call the office, or email Beth, and they can give you ideas that they know will work for you. And like Jennifer said, what's the first step in getting people to give you money? Ask. To ask. Or as my mother used to say, you don't ask, you don't give. Right? So who is in charge tonight of the drawing? Is that a special person who's doing that? Miss Beth? Okay. I'm going to bring you up in 10 minutes so that you can tell everybody how the drawing is going to be done. If you haven't turned your card in, please take it to the front desk and turn it in. You still have a couple of minutes to do that. Thank you.